Work will always be a part of me. It's not about what you do, but how you do it. My focus is on uncovering the truth, whether it's a crime scene or our own realities. Because there's a question that we all need to ask ourselves. Are we truly happy, or are we simply accepting a happiness that's given to us? The truth may be complex and sometimes hurtful, but it's a journey worth undertaking. We owe it to ourselves.
Well, that's certainly food for thought, Akechi-kun. We appreciate your insights and look forward to seeing what you'll do next.
Akechi-kun, that was an incredible interview. You really nailed it back there. Thank you for joining us today, and congratulations on your return to the limelight.
Thank you very much. It's been a while, Yoshizawa-san. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Indeed, the pleasure is all mine. You know, I believe your return is generating quite the buzz already. People have been eagerly waiting to hear from you.
I'm glad to know that my presence was well received, considering how much I've changed since last year. As long as the public is interested in my opinion, I shall continue to share my ideas in front of your cameras. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do so.
You're most welcome. Oh, I believe you're already familiar with my daughter, Kasumi?
Good afternoon, Akechi-senpai. Didn't expect to see you here. It's so good to see you again.
Yoshizawa-san, likewise. It's been a while since our last encounter. How are your training sessions holding up in this heat?
Not too bad, but I could do without the humidity. And how about you? I heard you're now with the Shibuya police?
That's right. A bit of a change of pace, but it's going well so far.
Glad to hear it. Say, would you like to catch up a bit more over some coffee?
Oh, right. My apologies, Yoshizawa-san. I did see your birthday message. As it happens, I don't typically celebrate my birthday, but your invitation for crepes in Kichijoji sounded appealing. Is it still on the table?
Of course. The invitation is always there. In fact, how about we head over there now if you're free?
That sounds like a pleasant idea. I am completely free this evening. I would be glad to join you.
Oh my, a one-on-one? Should I be worried about you two?
Dad, it's not like that. You know that Akechi-kun...
Yoshizawa-san, your concern is appreciated. But rest assured, we are just friends catching up. After all, my heart is already taken, as everyone knows.
Yes, of course. And Kurusu-kun is most certainly a lucky man. You kids have fun.
Thanks, Dad. We will. Let's go.
After you.
Oh, they have my favorite crepe here. I'll go with the mixed berries and cream. What about you, Akechi-senpai?
I think I'll have the classic chocolate and banana crepe. Can't go wrong with that combination.
I heard you recently started working at Shibuya's police station. How's the experience been so far?
It's been quite intriguing, to be honest. The work is challenging, but I feel like I'm making a positive impact.
That's great to hear. I'm sure you'll excel in your new role. You've always been dedicated to your work.
Thank you for your kind words, Yoshizawa-san. Your encouragement means a lot.
You know, Akechi-senpai, there was another reason I wanted to meet up with you today. I hope you don't mind me bringing it up.
Of course not, Yoshizawa-san. What is it you'd like to discuss?
It's about, Akira-senpai.
Akira? What about him?
I've noticed, the way you two have been acting recently. It seems like you two have gotten closer, and I know everyone else thinks you're dating, but I don't think that's right. Akira-senpai is not...
Not what, Yoshizawa-san?
He's not... I mean, you're both men, and I don't think he sees you like that. He doesn't see anyone like that. Akira-senpai is different.
Is that so? It's interesting to hear your perspective, but tell me, why are you so sure about what Akira thinks or feels?
I just know. I mean, I've spent enough time with him. I see the way he looks at me. And it's different from the way he looks at you.
Maybe you're seeing what you want to see, Yoshizawa-san. Or maybe you're just not understanding what you're seeing. Either way, it's Akira's feelings we're discussing here. Don't you think it's up to him to define them?
But I just think he's confused, that's all. He isn't really in love with you, Akechi-senpai. He's just trying to help you, like he always does with people who feel lonely or are in pain.
My. That is quite the heroic portrait you've painted of him. And sorry to disappoint, but I do not feel lonely, nor in pain. However, the way he is around me, it's different. He lets his guard down in a way he doesn't around others.
That doesn't mean he's in love with you. Maybe he just feels comfortable since you two have been like rivals. It doesn't mean...
It isn't about comfort or rivalry, Yoshizawa-san, and the bonds we share with others are not always straightforward. As a friend of mine once said, love can be multifaceted, even confusing at times. Just like how Akira and our bond is complicated.
But I love him, Akichi-senpai, and I know he cares for me too.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Love isn't a competition. It doesn't need to be validated by being reciprocated. You can love Akira, and he can care for you. And that can coexist with whatever is between him and me.
No, you don't understand, Akechi. It's not right. It can't be like this. Akira-senpai, he's mine. He's supposed to be with me.
And what makes you think you can decide that for him?
Because I know him. I know what he wants, and he doesn't want this. He doesn't want you, not like that.
Is that so? Or is it just what you want? Perhaps you're projecting your desires onto him. Have you ever thought about what he truly wants beyond your selfish needs?
How dare you? You think you know him better?
I know that I understand him better. He chose me, not you. Sometimes, Yoshizawa-san, you don't always get what you want. Sometimes you have to accept things as they are. That's always been your issue, hasn't it? The moment something becomes too challenging to bear, you simply wish it away. Please, I want to live as Kasumi! And just like that, your wish comes true. Easy, isn't it? You contributed to this mess more than you realize, Yoshizawa. You're living a life that isn't yours, simply because you lack the courage to face reality. And now you want to manipulate Akira's feelings to fit your ideal narrative? It's a shame Maruki can't alter Akira's mind to your whim, isn't it? That would certainly be convenient for you.
What are you... Akechi-senpai, I don't understand.
Stop thinking that you can have everything your way, Yoshizawa-san. There are people out there who have lost everything, who had nothing to begin with. You know what they do? They struggle, they learn, they grow. They play the bad hand they've been dealt to improve themselves and rise above. How is it justice to have everything handed to you at the slightest hardship? What makes you superior to everyone else? Because you've had a tragic life and it's too much for you to handle?
Please, stop!
No, I won't. This reality, this dream you're lost in, it's all a sham. And in this twisted utopia, there's only one thing I'm grateful for. Akira stayed true and unaltered. He is mine, and he chose me too. If you wish for him to view you differently, if you wish for his love, you'll have to deal with me first.
Now, seems you might be in luck after all. You see, in the unaltered reality, I don't exist. You see where I'm going with this, don't you?
You don't... Are you saying that none of this is real? That everything around us is just a dream?
It's more than a dream, Yoshizawa-san. It's a distortion of reality, carefully crafted to cater to our deepest desires. But it's not genuine. It's not true. And in the actual world, the unaltered reality, I'm no longer there.
You don't... You mean you're not supposed to be here at all? That you're... gone?
That's right, Yoshizawa-san. In the true reality, I'm not a part of this world. I met my end, and yet here I am. And it's because of this distorted world, crafted to fulfill our deepest desires, but at the cost of truth.
But why would you want to disappear? Why would you want to undo this world if it means losing yourself again?
Because what's right is right. This world is a lie. It's a fabrication that's robbing us of our agency, our growth, our true selves. As much as it's tempting to stay in a world that caters to our desires, it's not genuine. It's not true to who we are. And I can't stand for that, even if it means losing myself. The question now is, Yoshizawa-san, can you?
So, if I were to help you, if I were to trust you, would it make a difference? Could it change the way Akira feels about me?
I can't promise you that it would change his feelings. Love isn't something that can be manipulated or forced. But if you help me, if you trust me, perhaps we can find a way to make things right. Not just for us, but for everyone trapped in this false reality.
This is a lot to take in. Why should I believe you? How is it possible that the entire reality is fake? How can I be sure you're not playing with me?
Well, you're free to not believe anything and just live as you have been, but I won't give up on Akira while I'm here. I don't need your help, Yoshizawa-san. I'm merely proposing a solution for you to eliminate the obstacle in your pursuit of love.
I'll think about it, Akechi-senpai. This is so insane.
Think about it all you want. You know where to find me when you've made your decision. Now, shall we enjoy our crepes? Checkmate. I have a sense of déjà vu.
Deja vu? How could that be?
I don't know. It's just a hunch, but maybe we should go back and rest.
Okamura's shadow was a tough fight. It had a 30-minute timer, and while we did overcome him, I've always had this niggling sensation about it. It's difficult to put into words, but it felt as if I'd attempted and failed this fight numerous times before finally winning.
Why am I inferior to you?
As though I couldn't lose, even if I tried.
How does someone like you have things I don't? How can such a worthless piece of trash be more special than me?
What if you were to discover that everything you've known so far was part of a story or a game, that even what you consider to be the true world is nothing but fiction?
I wonder why we couldn't have met a few years earlier.
That your entire existence, your struggles, your victories, were nothing more than a scripted narrative.
No wonder you're the leader of the Phantom Thieves. You've caught up to me on this front already, too. Make certain that you never forget, I am the one who will defeat you.
ASMR time.
Ah, Akechi-san, welcome. It is a distinct honor to finally welcome you beneath the humble shelter of my home. Yusuke has been singing your praises in such lofty tones that I could not resist the temptation to bear witness to your brilliance in person.
The pleasure is truly mine, Madarame-san. Your generosity in extending this invitation is greatly appreciated. It's an honor to be here, and to have been a part of Yusuke's work.
Akechi, I knew you'd appreciate the artistic ambiance. Thank you for coming. Please make yourself at home.
I hope you like traditional Japanese cuisine, Akechi-san. It's my humble attempt to convey the aesthetics of our culture.
It looks exquisite, Madarame-san. You're not only an artist on canvas, but in the kitchen as well.
Indeed, Sensei's cooking is an art form of its own, shall we?
So, Akechi-san, Yusuke tells me you've been exploring the themes of masks and inner authenticity. It's a fascinating subject, don't you think?
Indeed, Madarame-san. It's a theme that's as timeless as it is intricate. Humans by nature are complex creatures. We present different facets of ourselves to the world, a form of self-preservation and societal adaptation.
Ah, beautifully said. It's true, we do tend to reveal only what we deem safe or socially acceptable. It's like a constant dance of self-revelation and concealment.
Exactly. And it's this inherent duality that I find truly captivating. I'm glad Yusuke showed interest in peeling the layers of what makes a person a person.
That's my Yusuke, always digging deeper.
Indeed, we have had quite the in-depth discussions on this topic. Our discourse has often centered on the dichotomy between the public persona that one presents to the world and the genuine self that lies beneath.
Sounds like a philosophical journey, one that strikes me as daunting yet enlightening.
Indeed. The conflict between this outer representation and the inner self can lead to interesting dynamics, ones I often find myself drawn to in my own work. I believe art, in its many forms, provides an unparalleled avenue for exploring this tension. It can offer a reflection of the self that is stripped of pretense and laid bare for all to see. In that sense, it is the ultimate expression of authenticity.
Your passion is infectious, Akechi-san. It's inspiring to see such dedication to understanding the human condition.
As an artist, Akechi's insights have deeply resonated with me. It has challenged me to not just represent the visible world in my work, but to delve deeper and reveal the unseen aspects of human experience, the struggle for authenticity, the weight of the masks we wear, and the freedom that comes from unmasking our true selves.
That's quite a profound realization, Yusuke. It seems this exploration has indeed been fruitful. I can't wait to see how this newfound perspective will manifest in your art.
Sensei's teachings have allowed me to delve into these themes. Akechi, our conversations have deepened my understanding even further.
I'm glad to hear that. Art should be a bridge between souls, a way to communicate our innermost thoughts and feelings.
Yes, and it's remarkable how a single painting can reveal truths that words sometimes fail to express.
Speaking of remarkable paintings, Yusuke, your mother's work has captivated many. Your recent works, including the portrait of Akechi-san, seem to be echoing her brilliance. Perhaps this is your masterpiece.
I'm flattered, Sensei, but I believe the purpose of Akechi-san's portrait is different. While my mother's painting was about the raw emotions of love and longing, our collaboration is a pursuit of understanding human nature.
It's intriguing how art can be used to explore so many diverse themes. Yusuke, what do you think drives your passion to uncover these facets of humanity?
To me, art is a journey to find purpose. Just as her self-portrait was a manifestation of my mother's soul, I believe my art is an exploration of my place in the world.
And what of you, Akechi-san? I recently saw an interview where you mentioned looking for the truth. How does that align with your participation in Yusuke's project?
Truth, to me, is something absolute, yet elusive. It's what guides my actions and my beliefs. Sometimes it's hidden behind beautiful facades, just waiting to be uncovered. As you said, art can be a mirror to our souls, reflecting both what we want to see and what we choose to hide. It's in recognizing those hidden parts that we can understand ourselves better.
But sometimes, Akechi-san, isn't it better to focus on the beauty and leave the painful truths behind? To strive for an ideal?
Madarame-san, that's an intriguing thought. Focusing on beauty and striving for an ideal. Could you elaborate on what you mean? What drives your own art? What's your purpose?
My purpose, you ask? Well, in this phase of my life, it's been about nurturing the next generation of artists, especially Yusuke. My own achievements feel fulfilled, and now it's a joy to see young talents like him flourish.
Sensei has always been my guiding light. Without him, I wouldn't be where I am today.
It's wonderful to see such a mentor-student relationship. But I must ask, Madarame-san, if everything is going well for you, why is Yusuke the only pupil you have at present?
Yusuke has become like a son to me. I see in him not just a student, but my legacy. That's why I focus on him.
Akechi, I can assure you that Sensei's methods are well thought out. His dedication to me has allowed me to explore depths I could never reach alone.
I see. That's quite a bond. However, could this exclusive focus perhaps have anything to do with the allegations last year? The charges of plagiarism and abuse, which were, of course, deemed false.
Those charges were baseless, Akechi. Sensei would never harm his students.
No, Yusuke. It's important to address this. After all, Akechi-san demonstrated great courage by facing the consequences of his father's misdeeds head-on, and you should do just so with me. The allegations were not baseless. I made mistakes. I sought to atone, and the restorative justice system has given me the opportunity to do so.
I know that, Sensei. You've proven yourself to me.
But tell me, Yusuke, how was Madarame-san caught? If the accusations were indeed true and he did all those things, what made him stop? Why did he confess?
I admitted to it willingly. I knew it was time to confess and make amends.
Oh, no, that's not... What's going on?
Yusuke, what's wrong?
I need a moment. Please, excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry about this, Akichi-san. Perhaps we could discuss your recent efforts in detective work?
Madarami-san, while your company has been nothing short of enlightening, I can't help but feel that Yusuke might need you right now.
Yes, perhaps you're right. I should check on him.
I must thank you for this insightful evening and the delicious dinner, Madarami-san. Please convey my gratitude to Yusuke as well.
Thank you, Akechi-san. I appreciate your understanding. Please feel free to visit again.
I certainly will.
Hey, Takuto, what's up?
Akira-kun. It's a pleasure to hear your voice. I was just checking on you. I happen to have some free time tonight. How are you doing?
Everything's great. It's the holidays. Maybe we'll head to the beach or something with the others. What about you? Where are you right now?
I'm in Egypt. It's a fascinating country with a charged history and grandiose monuments. The food is quite special, but all in all, it's been extremely interesting. Congratulations on your exams. I saw that you were top of your class again.
Yeah, thanks, Doc. And good for you. Glad to hear it's going well.
Indeed. Are you sure everything is fine, though? Azathoth seemed to sense some distress among your friends, namely Futaba-chan, Yusuke-kun, and Kasumi-chan. Have you been hanging out with them recently?
That's odd. They seem pretty fine. Maybe it's just a passing phase. Nothing to worry about.
Is that so? Akichi-kun also mentioned some issues the last time I had him on the phone. I just want to reassure you that you can talk about anything with me, Akira-kun. I can't say how grateful I am for your unconditional help so far, and if there's anything I can do for you, you just need to ask.
Well, to tell you the truth, I've been feeling a bit confused lately.
Do you want to talk about it?
It's about Goro. It's complicated.
Well, isn't that what makes your bond beautiful? Are you still getting along?
Yeah, we have great times together. But you know his stance on this whole thing. It's not really about him, though. It's more about me. I'm becoming possessive. Maybe that's why my friends aren't as happy as they were before. I've been told that they may feel neglected because I spend too much time with Goro.
It's not uncommon to feel possessive when you care deeply about someone. It shows how much you value your connection with Akechi. However, I am afraid your friend's struggles aren't directly related to your connection with him.
Oh yeah? What do you mean?
I won't beat around the bush. Akechi-kun seems to be struggling with accepting our reality. He's been resisting, trying to temper with people's memories around him, like your friends, and he still hasn't given up on restoring the world as it was before.
I knew he would have a hard time with this, but I believe he will come around eventually.
I did too. Akira-kun, I have immense trust in your judgment, and you are my greatest ally. You've been supporting me from the start, and we wouldn't have achieved this utopia without your help. That is why, despite Akechi's straightforward rejection of my ideals, I've respected your relationship with him and allowed you both to explore happiness on your terms. But Akira-kun, his resistance is beginning to threaten the peace we've built.
What should we do then?
As much as I respect your bond with Akechi-kun, Akira, there might come a time when I have to take measures. If his actions start causing unrest, I might have to step in to maintain the happiness of the many.
Measures? You mean...
Altering his mind, Akira, directly. If I can't trust Akechi-kun to see reason, if he refuses to embrace this peace, I may have no other option.
You're talking about overriding my wish.
Akira-kun, I want to honor your wish. Truly, I do. But you must see that Akechi-kun's actions are a growing concern. If he continues to threaten this reality, our reality, I may have to take action.
No, Goro Akechi stays as he is. That's what I wished for.
And I respected that, Akira-kun. But consider the bigger picture. If he disrupts the peace and happiness we've achieved, if he causes turmoil, wouldn't that be a violation of the very principles you stand for?
Akechi is who he is because of those principles. His darkness, his complexity, his resolve. I need him whole as he is. Changing him would be worse than killing him.
I understand your sentiments, Akira-kun, but we're not only talking about him. We're talking about the happiness of everyone else. Can one individual's dissent be allowed to risk the well-being of so many?
He can be reached. I believe in him. I'll talk to him. We'll find a way.
I have faith in you, but time is of the essence. If things don't change soon, I may be forced to act. Please understand the position we're in.
Yeah, I understand Takuto, but if you go alter his mind, you'll be breaking trust, and that's something that can't be mended.
I know how much this means to you. I'll give you time, but please, hurry. Show me that your belief in Akechi-kun is not misplaced.
I will, Takuto. Count on it. And about my friends, you said Goro tried to tamper with their memories?
Yes, Akira-kun. He seems to be focused on spreading his own interpretation of the truth amongst your friends. It's quite concerning, especially since Yusuke seems to be experiencing a resurgence of memories from the former world, which is scrambling his current happy life. Futaba-chan and Kasumi-chan seem to be more in need of moral support and reassurance, as they do not experience memory issues, but Yusuke-kun may need a more direct intervention.
That's serious. What can we do? How can we help Yusuke?
Well, I'm currently in Egypt, and after that, my plans involve travels to Europe and America to continue the global actualization. But seeing the situation, I may have to reevaluate my plans. I believe I should be able to return to Japan in about a month's time. That's when I could directly act on Yusuke-kun's mind. Until then, I fear there's not much more I can do from here. Akira-kun, this isn't how I envisioned things to unfold, but I'm counting on you. Keep Akechi-kun in check and try to provide Yusuke with some reassurance in the meantime, please.
I'll do everything I can, Takuto. I won't let Akechi ruin this for us, and I'll be there for Yusuke, Futaba, and Kasumi. We can make this work.
I have faith in you, Akira-kun.
Thank you, Takuto.
Wow, this place is even bigger than I thought. Let's explore.
Yeah, I'm dying to see the pandas. Have any of you been to a zoo before?
Nope. First time.
How does it compare to that amusement park you once dragged me to?
Well, tables have turned, haven't they? This time, I'm the one being dragged along.
Actually, it was Anne's idea. But yes, things certainly have a way of changing.
I remember that. Akechi, you were adorable in those little barriers. I still have that photo.
Well, I imagine real bears will be far more interesting to photograph. Shall we?
Oh, look at them. So chubby and adorable.
I know, right? Pandas always seem so content just eating and sleeping all day.
Indeed, they do nothing of note. They're an expenditure of resources, they contribute little to the ecosystem, and their parenting skills are lackluster. Frankly, they're incompetent. They sleep excessively, fall out of trees, and show minimal interaction. They'd have gone extinct without human intervention. They are physically inept. Let's move on to the birds, shall we?
And yet, despite all their flaws, people can't help but find them adorable.
Oh, you guys crack me up. Let's go see those birds. These birds are stunning. Look at all those vibrant colors.
I've never seen such a variety together. It's incredible.
Quite. Those ones were born free in Brazil. I wonder if they miss their freedom, if they're cognizant of their captivity, if they feel trapped somehow.
At least they have each other.
Parrots are really intelligent, right? Do you think these ones can talk?
They're not as sharp as crows. They don't comprehend the nonsense they mimic.
That's something I've never asked you now that I think about it. Where does your affection for ravens come from? Trying to emulate their intelligence?
Or maybe I appreciate something in them that others often disregard. Ravens are survivors, adaptable, shrewd, yet commonly misunderstood. Unlike these flamboyant parrots, ravens don't feign to be what they aren't. There's a lesson in that.
Did you ever consider adopting one?
I barely had any time for myself, and I had different ambitions.
What about now?
The same holds true now. Besides, I already have a cat.
Yeah, and Morgana is far from an ordinary cat. He's way more intelligent than any other animal, and infinitely more charming.
I've always been more of a dog person, to be honest.
Oh, is that so, Suzui-san?
Oh, they're about to feed the lions. We should watch.
I'm not sure, guys. It looks a bit intimidating.
Don't worry, Shiho. It's not like they can leap over the fence.
That would be quite a spectacle, though. They could wreak quite the havoc in the city.
They look fat. I bet even I could take them on.
Your confidence is as misplaced as a vegan in a butcher's shop, but it does add to your charm, I suppose.
It's awe-inspiring to watch them hunt, even if it's just for their meal. They're magnificent creatures.
Look at that little cub over there. It's so cute.
Yeah, I wonder what it's like growing up in such an imposing environment.
At least they still understand what it means to struggle and become stronger.
Can't you ever give it a rest?
Can you?
Touché.
Everyone, time for ice cream. What flavors are you all getting?
I think I'll go with vanilla. What about the rest of you?
Chocolate, always.
Mint, I think. Something refreshing would be nice.
I have a fun question for you two, and honest answers only. Akira, what's your favorite thing about Akechi? And Akechi, same question.
I'd have to say his stubbornness. It's infuriating, but also fascinating. He challenges me like no one else does.
I suppose it's his unpredictability. Just when I think I have him figured out, he surprises me. It keeps our relationship interesting.
Really, guys? No mention of attractiveness or charm or anything remotely romantic?
Well, if you insist, he does have a particularly appealing ass.
His voice. His voice is quite unique, and it resonates in a way that's pleasing to the ear. It's just unfortunate that he usually uses it to spout nonsense.
Sushikaze? Oh my gosh, yes. They have this amazing dragon roll with tempura shrimp. Makes me hungry just thinking about it.
And they serve it with that cute little side dish that looks like a fish. Presentation is everything.
Totally. Oh, speaking of fish, did you see that documentary about dolphins last night? It's so fascinating how
You've got a bit of
intelligent
ice
they are.
cream there.
I did. It's amazing
Oh?
to think
Where
they can
exactly?
have their own language. And their playfulness
Right,
is so
there.
endearing. Makes me want to take a trip
I
to
don't
the
see
ocean
it.
to see them.
Same here. Maybe we can
Finish
try
your
to
ice
taste
cream
together?
first,
I'd love
naughty
to try
boy.
some seaside delicacies. Sea
I'm
urchin,
trying,
fresh
but it's
oysters.
quite distracting.
Barbecues. Count me in. Grilled
I think I need to make a quick detour to the park bathroom. Excuse me.
Whoa, grilled seafood and
I'll join you.
stargazing?
I could
Now
use a
that
break
sounds
myself.
Romantic, my Shiho. There's also this. Hey, Shiho. Where do you think those two went? They've been gone a while.
Who knows with them? Maybe they're having a serious debate over, ice cream flavors?
Or maybe they're, you know.
Anne. Yeah, let's not dive too deep into that thought.
Well, you two sure took your time. Did you get lost on the way to the bathroom?
Yeah, and what happened to your tie, Akechi?
Oh, this? I, accidentally bumped into the sink. You know how these things go.
Yeah, the bathroom was crowded and we bumped into some people, that's all.
You guys aren't very good at making excuses, are you?
Well, we had a little argument over billiards. It got rather heated.
Yes, exactly. A very important discussion. It's settled now, though.
Heated?
Just next time, try to keep track of your clothes, I guess.
Hey, isn't that Mr. Kamoshida?
Oh, you're right. He looks so fit.
Just when we were having a good time.
No matter the reality, he's a constant source of irritation for you, isn't he?
Mr. Kamoshida, over here.
Hello, girls and boys. Nice to see you enjoying yourselves.
Mr. Kamoshida, always a pleasure.
We were just about to leave.
Oh, just about to leave? Well, nice of you to say hi anyway. By the way, we're having a beach volleyball contest next week. You should all come. It'll be a blast.
That sounds so fun. We should definitely go.
Yeah, and we can bring everyone else too.
What an enticing invitation. I'm sure we'll consider it.
Great, I'll see you all there then. Take care.
All that hard work, the palace raid, the fights to change his heart, and all Maruki had to do was think Kamoshida's a nice guy from his office chair, and voila. Quite humbling, isn't it?
Maybe Maruki should take over as leader. Seems he's got the efficient way of handling things.
He can't handle me, though, the way you can.
It was great to spend time with you all. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, what a day. It was so fun. I'll send the pictures. We should totally do this again. Akira, Akechi, you guys coming?
Actually, I thought I'd stick around a bit longer. There's a full moon out tonight.
What, are you a werewolf or something?
You never know.
Fine. I suppose I can endure a few more minutes in your company.
You two are something else. Come on, Shiho, let's leave these two.
Bye, Akira, Akechi.
Farewell, ladies.
See you both later.
Well, it was an interesting day, to say the least.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad we spent it together.
So, what's the fascination with the moon tonight?
I don't know. I just think it's beautiful.
Perhaps Maruki's influence can't extend to the moon.
I'm not thinking about Maruki right now.
And what is on your mind?
Zugzwang.
Staring at the moon makes you contemplate chess strategies? You know.
You first.
You first. Go ahead, Akira.
Maruki called yesterday. He told me about your actions, how you're trying to alter reality in spite of the peace it could disrupt.
Yes, I am.
Goro, can't you see the happiness we have now? Why can't you accept it?
You know why, Akira. This hasn't changed. It won't change.
Yes, I know. You can't embrace a reality that isn't truth, but isn't this reality real to us?
It's not real, Akira, and I'm beginning to think that maybe none of it is.
What are you saying?
There's something else, something I can't shake off. I feel like we're trapped, Akira. Trapped in some kind of pre-constructed narrative.
Maruki's theory still troubles you, doesn't it?
Sounds absurd, right? But the more I dwell on it, the more it makes a chilling amount of sense. The déjà vus, the background music, the constant feeling of being monitored.
Yes, we've spoken about it before, but it doesn't really bother me. It's just how things are.
But why, Akira? Why shouldn't we question it? Why shouldn't we resist it? If everything is predetermined, then where's our free will?
I understand, but isn't this a paradox, Goro? If we were really part of a narrative, we wouldn't be having this conversation about free will. It's an impossibility. And besides, even if it was true, what could we do?
That's the thing, Akira. It seemed impossible to do anything about Maruki's reality, but here I am. And there are people who, blissfully unaware before, are starting to question their reality, thanks to my actions. Isn't that why he shared this theory with me? To stop me from disrupting his paradise-like story?
But, Goro, that's different. You have influence over Maruki's reality, and it has direct consequences, and it can backfire at you. Your actions have been noticed, Goro.
Well, that's to be expected. But should I really be afraid of him, Akira?
Because you're a wild card, you mean?
Not just that. You had a safety net, as you called it, when you battled Okumura's shadow, didn't you?
It was just a hunch, a feeling. Goro, what are you trying to say?
Did you have the same feeling when we fought each other, Akira?
I don't think so, Goro. Are you implying that...
I am just considering it as a possibility. Maybe I was destined to be a loser.
Goro, you can't seriously consider this idea, right?
I assure you, it is not a theory I like to entertain, but it's a possibility that might explain many oddities about us. You said that you had this feeling about destiny, trying to pit us against each other. You felt like you were going against our fate when you chose to care about me.
Yes. It's like every time I tried to express my affection for you, I couldn't. I felt compelled to treat you purely as a rival instead. But that's not what I wanted originally. I thought that's what you needed, and I adapted.
I see. So you really hadn't figured me out after all.
Maybe. Or maybe I was just in denial. I am... I'm not sure if I'll ever truly be worthy of you, but you're worth every struggle.
You know, Akira, all of these questions, these theories, they could drive anyone to madness, and perhaps they will, given time. But right now, in this moment, they're insignificant.
What are you implying?
I mean, whether we're characters in a game, pawns in a preordained narrative, or simply two idiots laying there under the moon, I can't stop searching for answers, Akira. It's just not in me, but this, you. What I feel right now. I want to believe it's real.
So, you're saying...
You possess this unique ability, Akira. The power to ground me in the present moment. Even those times at Jazz Gin, just the two of us. I don't want to deceive myself. I can't deny the potency of what I'm feeling right now. The future is uncertain, but in this moment, I'm at peace with you.
So